doesn't say anything, goes about doing his job. And, I don't blame him not winning a playoff game solely. I think that he's the type of guy that a change of scenery, once again, Bill, would unquestionably be a good move for him as well. Any other quarterback situations you're wondering about?
We know Cam's done.
Yeah,
we discussed that on Tuesday. I mean, they'll take that 19.4 if they decline the option, and I'm sure they'll invest it somewhere in the O-line to make sure Kyle Allen doesn't keep dropping the ball and getting, brought down via the sack. But, yeah, I mean, other than that, nothing really. I mean, Brady's always an ongoing thing. I'm sure he'll opt out of that contract, either restructure the deal or, as you and Xavier and Mel were discussing, and I think Bill chimed in on this a couple of weeks ago, maybe in another uniform somewhere next year, although I don't want to see that.
I read today, Bill, that Dez Bryant starting to work out. I know that, and you talked about the New Orleans Saints being a class act, okay? They gave him a chance. Do you think that Dez Bryant, and he doesn't mind taking a lower role either, is his career salvageable? I think he's only 31 years of age, and I think New Orleans is...
I'll tell you what I think. This is just me. Now, I'm a little crazy.
Okay.
Okay, but Moose Johnson's building a team in the XFL. All right, and, Dez Bryant can go out and make $650,000 by being a receiver for the Dallas Renegades. Okay, and he doesn't have to deal with anything, and he's right in his backyard. And at the end of the year, if he gets somebody in the National Football League that wants to sign him, he can get out of his contract on April 26th and go back into the NFL. And I have a feeling that Moose Johnson, who's running that organization over there, and I always joke around with Moose, so I honestly believe you're going to be the general manager of the Dallas Cowboys moving forward. And you knew one of the previous general managers, Bobby Ackles, who's the general manager for the BC Lions. I used to call him Ball Boy Ackles. And this is back, a long time before, the Cowboys were owned by Jerry Jones. He kind of came along with Landry and that kind of stuff. But I just think Moose is going to get Dez Bryant to play for him. So I think that's where Dez is going. But you never know. He might use that as leverage to bankroll in the league. And Antonio Bryant is also a guy that's out there. He has a meeting with the league next year. He kind of buried himself today going off. But, AB is pretty quick to I'll tell you what I think about AB. I was reading a little bit about him today. He just doesn't know how to handle his phone. He really doesn't. He's not bad on social media, but he just doesn't know. He just can't stop sending stupid tweets. And the rant today, the league, they're going to call him in the office. And they're going to have to talk with him because he loves football. And he basically sent another tweet or text tweets going, I really love this game. I really love this game. So it's like having a corrigible student. He's the best athlete on your team, but he's got a lot of drama. Oh. All right, so it's cost you a lot of money. We're going to put you in a situation where you're going to make a run with a playoff team. All right, we need to get this stuff straightened out. You need to stay off this freaking phone and stop embarrassing yourself and doing this other stuff. And I honestly think that this stuff is all going to be a mute point because the man can play the game. All right, so I just have some of these guys are going to come out of the woodwork, going down the stretch run because this is about winning a Super Bowl. And I'll tell you right now, a guy that really is actively campaigning for him is the Seattle Seahawks.
Yeah, Russell
all right, they really want him back. Yeah, they want him. They want him. Yeah. All right, and but the bottom line is they don't know if they want the baggage right now. If anybody can handle it, it'd be Pete Carroll.
Yeah, that's true. Good point. Well, hey, listen, I'm rooting for Dez Bryant to make a comeback, and the New Orleans Saints certainly were willing to give him an opportunity last year, and I respect everything about the Saints. I really do. It was just too bad he had that injury right when he got there after holding out for as long as he did, without a doubt. So, I mean, it's just...
What a better way to get back in the league. Just go rip up the XFL. All right, make yourself a marquee name for yourself. Make some really good coin. And if your leg is back 100%, then the NFL will bite on you, and he's back in the league. And so I just think that's what my gut instinct's telling me to do. You wonder, you haven't heard about this guy for a long time. Now his name is surfacing. He can use the XFL as leverage too. And I'll tell you, the NFL is a type of league that if the XFL tries to go out and sign Dez Bryant, an NFL team will probably want to sign him.
Oh, yeah.
All right, why? Because they don't want Dez playing in that league. Okay? So That's just my gut instinct.
Well, yeah, but you know what, Bill? You've been around the game long enough. For crying out loud, anybody that doesn't follow their gut instincts or their instincts, period, they're fools, because that's what you have to do. I'm with you. But I'm happy. I hope Des Bryant does make a comeback. It was just too bad what happened to him last year. And he should do it on his own terms. He's still relatively young. Not like he's in his late 30s. I think he's, 31 years of age. And Moose Johnson, being a future general manager of the Cowboys, I don't know why, but that does make some sense, too, down the road.
And Moose is going to build a team, I believe, in Dallas with a lot of 3 or 4 year veterans. Okay? And a lot of these guys have something to prove. All right? And I like the fact that Oliver Luck was smart enough to allow some of these guys to go in and play in this league. And if they get an opportunity to play in the NFL, they'll release them out of their contracts. So, and it's kind of funny. I think their contracts come up, was it May 26th, right after the draft, or April 26th? Yeah, I think it's April 26th, right after the draft. And so, some of these guys are going to use guys like Ryan Mallett sitting on the fence right now. Ryan would be, being drafted by the Tampa Bay Vipers, but he's sitting back right now because of these quarterbacks are dropping like flies. And if he gets activated, he's making $1 million a year and he's going to be a backup. All right, so you never know. He might wind up in Chicago. You never know. All right, right now we got 2 organizations right now that need quarterback play, and I think both of these organizations this week are going to get a W, but I still think that long term they've got some issues.
It's true, yeah. I'll tell you what, I loved what we do with our social media thing, and the one thing that Lewis isn't here on Wednesday nights, but he should be told that we have an awful lot of fun when we talk about non-sports related issues, or even if we get into it. Social media is going to be one of our biggest dartboards that we're going to take darts at all the time, right, Bill? Because I know we have a lot of good stories there.
Oh, yeah.
And that's what you bring out. So, meanwhile, hey,
listen. We'll talk about it some other time.
But meanwhile, listen, you know what? I'm going to be doing with you what I did with Mel Farr. And if I think this prediction thing goes well, then we're out. Even though NBA players worry about load management, I think you can handle it. So you and Mel are going to be my prognosticators, and now I'll be grading you guys and comparing you head-to-head. And this might be a new thing that we have, our former players predicting football games. What do you think of that, Bill? Easy stuff.
Oh, yeah. Oh, heck yeah. And also, I'll go NBA, too, because I'm going to tell you right now, not to change the subject, but the Celtics are going to be a tough out along with the Miami Heat. And those are organizations that know how to bring in character guys and win. And Gordon Hayward guy, he is back 100%.
Yeah.
And he's back the way he was playing in Utah, and that was really nice to see. And you love seeing guys like that, so you're hoping that guys like Des Bryant and some of these other guys will be able to come back from some of their injuries and find a home. And, and no disrespect to tennis, $650,000 for 10 games is not a bad living. Okay, so
wow.
Des might be sitting back and going, look, I've got my money. This is a nice gig for me, and I can help build this league a brand.
You'll do.
And I'm sure that Vince McMahon will throw him a little tip, too.
But your NBA predictions are going to come on Wednesday night, not Thursday. Okay? Fair enough?
Okay, I got one question to ask you, Lewis.
What's going on? What's going on? Hit me.
All right, you're a young guy. What is TikTok?
TikTok is just an app, really, where it's almost like a lip sync kind of thing. If you ever watch like old Top of the Pops footage from like the 60s and the 70s, you see like an artist go on and they would just lip sync. They a lot of people tend to just do that on there to like songs or other things, but also they try to make like short.
Okay, I got it.
Short comedic videos.
Did you see the TikTok? I saw this today.
Of Trevor Lawrence?
The quarterback for Clemson. Yeah, what's the deal? Can I be honest with the haircut? He almost looks like a girl.
He does, but I think that guy's going to be a stud in the NFL. I don't know if you think that, but I think he looks like he's got all the makings of a star. It just sucks that we have to wait another year to see him, suiting up professionally.
The best quarterback coming out next year. Yeah. He is the quarterback from LSU.
Yeah. Oh.
Okay, and there's a rumor going around that Vince McMahon is going to ask Trevor to drop out of school and give him $30 million to build a brand for the XFL. All right, so there's a lot of stuff going on. Every 10 years we get a transitional player like a Herschel Walker. It might be this kid. I need to see a more body of work because they're not playing anybody. They're wiping everybody out. He's not progressing. He's actually digressing. And he kind of is awful big in there. And if you can't move around in the pocket in the National Football League and it's being as big as you are, you're going to go out in a body bag. All right, and the same thing with the kid from Alabama. This kid's playing. He's had ankle problems. He's injured already. The pro game is completely different. So some of these guys that are a little under the radar translate into being better NFL quarterbacks. And so you can't always believe what you see in the media. It's the eyeball test. So we'll look forward, Lewis, to seeing, what's going to go on here. There's a lot of people who think you're right, and I'm just going to go with my gut instincts a little bit. We'll see how this stuff plays out a little bit.
All right, well, you know what? We'll kick up this conversation on Tuesday. Meanwhile, Bill, go ahead and watch the rest of the football game. We'll get results later. But glad to have you on Thursday night. We might be on to something new here with you picking football games on Thursday night, so get ready to pencil that in on your Thursday agenda. How's that sound, Bill? All righty?
Great. And, Lewis, keep coaching us up on social media, okay?
Yeah.
I'm serious. The last thing is just a shameless plug. I would love for you guys to subscribe to my YouTube channel. So if you just go to YouTube and type in Bill Winters Football, a purple circle will come up. You'll see me wearing Nike hits. Subscribe. All right, that's number one. Number two, if you go to my Facebook, what I've been doing strategically once a week posting pictures, it's sort of like a history of myself, but at the same time, you're going to see the same pattern moving forward. All right, so with today's current athletes, and it'll only help our show make its point. All right, so you'll kind of be a little bit of our social media expert as I learn this stuff right now, because I got a kick out of watching the kid from Clemson on there, and I go, "What the heck is this?"
It was like twins,
okay.
Man.
And if I'm a general manager of an NFL team, I'm going, "Whoa, Nelly here," and that's getting right into what we were talking about, with social media. So we'll see.
All right, we'll pick this conversation up on Tuesday, but meanwhile, Lewis will probably add you as a friend, so be prepared to accept.
Yeah, I'll subscribe to you on YouTube because I'm always on YouTube, so I'll be sure to search Bill Winters Football, get that purple circle on my subscribe button. So
yeah,
don't worry. But meanwhile,
I'm a fossil, Lewis. They're digging me up and resurrecting me through social media, so we'll have some fun with it. But I'm smart enough to know just to be positive and not make political statements and go all crazy and stuff. So. We'll look forward to, seeing what goes on with that. But, coaching up will be great. Okay.
We'll pick up this conversation Tuesday. Meanwhile, you now become a permanent member on the Thursday broadcast, but your role is predictions, not basketball but football. Be ready to work next Thursday, Tuesday first. Well, you get Bill Winters Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday here at the South Florida Tribune Broadcasting Network. All right, Bill. Watch the rest of the game, and we'll pick this bad boy up next week. All right, Billy?
Good night, everybody.
Good night.
All right, take care.
You bet. See, here's the situation, okay? We got two football players, okay, that now are going to have prognostication stuff here on the Thursday night program. So when I tell you I like to go ahead and tinker with the program and try to make it better, this is one of those situations where I sat here in the studio the other day thinking, how can we make this better? And just think, Michael Keller will probably be on next week because he has Michigan State.
Yeah, I mean that's a game where I was discussing on Tuesday. I mean,
that's
going to be
don't worry.
Yeah, he'll be all over that one.
Good there, Eddie Weiss.
Yeah, he'll be all over that one. Hey, I love talking football, man. That was fun.
Well, you're getting better. Well, you'll be talking FAU football next week too.
Yeah, we got that big game, 6-3. They put a pouncing on Old Dominion, I believe it was a week ago, 41-3 drumming. But yeah, I mean, look, I love that. I mean, I'm always one who likes to look into the future. I mean, I understand being mindful and being in the present, but it's just fun to talk and speculate about, where we see a lot of these quarterbacks going moving forward. You know what? Bridgewater's going to be interesting, man. He did raise a good point. Don't make the Brock Osweiler quip and just grab the money and run and, play and be reasonably poor. I mean, he was the quarterback that preceded Deshaun Watson. And he got his $72 million, not all of it guaranteed, and he just played like crap. But at the same time, you know what? He's right. Bridgewater, take your money and just, relax, stay on the sidelines. You'll get in when you need to. You'll get some garbage time when Breeze puts him up. But you know what? In a couple of years, that's going to be your team for the next 5 to 6 years. It was the same thing, I believe, with Steve Young. Steve Young wasn't always a starter. I believe he was in Tampa first, and then he came over.
It his time before Montana left, and they took over. You saw what happened there.
Yeah, so you know
being a backup quarterback isn't the worst gig on the planet.
No, it's probably one of the 5 best jobs. Too bad you can't apply for that on Indeed. But at the same